welcome back to my channel. Today we've got a little beat on. We're feeling glowy and fresh, and we're gonna jump into a little dedicated eye tutorial. I just want to go through some things that I've been really liking and techniques that I've been using, and I want to share them in a more in-depth way than I normally do. Starting off the video, great, I can't find the concealer I'm looking for. So I want to talk about my eye base. I really like the Tarte Shape Tape. There is so much pigment in this that you really don't need a ton on your eyes. Like a little amount like this is really good. And I like to just take my beauty sponge and start working it across the lid. I've been trying different concealers like the ColourPop and the Oma Beauty. The Oma Beauty one is really nice as an eye base. It's super sticky, so I personally loved it for getting my shadows to really pop. Not so much on the under eyes, but definitely on the eyelids. And the ColourPop is really matte, so it just kind of dried down too quickly for me, and I feel like I wasn't able to keep that tackiness for very long. So like really dark colors that normally work really nice were just kind of not sticking, and it was not my favorite experience ever. So now that we have our lids primed, we can go in with some colors. I personally like to start off with my darkest shades. I feel like that gives them the most hold, and it'll make sure that you can get a nice defined color. You know the drill. We're gonna take my Beauty Bay Bright Matte palette, but I really want to do something green. I haven't done that in a while. So like I said, I'm gonna take my darkest shade first, which we're gonna use Oasis right here. And this is on a small little oval shaped brush. And what we're gonna do is look down at our little mirror, and we're going to stamp that into the crease. Stamping this color on is really going to give you max payoff. And we're going to try to keep this eye look more rounded and do like a little halo eye or something. Now we're going to pack a little on the inner corner as well. And we're also going to take it on to the lower lash line and kind of connect them. And the good thing with using a sticky eye base is that you'll have less fallout. And I'm really packing these colors on, and with a drier base, there would be fallout literally everywhere. So now that we look like a little crazy mess, we're gonna dip into the shade called Slice of Lime, and we'll use this to kind of buff out the edges. Nothing too harsh, just kind of scraping that color on there. And I'm going up to my brow with this. I know that this isn't everyone's cup of tea, but trust me, you're gonna do it once and you're gonna understand where I'm coming from. It really helps bring the eye look up and make the eyes appear larger, and it gives you more room to work with when you're blending too. We're gonna do darkest shade, the lightest shade, and then a transition, which is kind of weird and not in a really set order for some people, but it gives us the ability to see where everything is gonna be first. Our darkest shadows and our lightest highlights before we go in and try to really define things a little bit more and blend everything out. And also, don't be afraid to implement that lower lash. I'm taking a really fluffy brush and sweeping it across and then back up. And because this is our lightest shade, it's not gonna give some crazy effect like if I was putting a super dark brown down there. So now we're gonna take the shade Granny Smith, and like I mentioned, this is gonna be our transition-y color. So we're gonna start just diffusing the edges of that darkest color and blending it into our lightest shade. And I'm just going right over the edge of where we put that dark green to really give it like that smoky appearance. And this can be done with any color combo. It doesn't have to be, you know, like crazy like this and like some greens. Like, you can do this with varying shades of orange, with pink. I just missed playing with green and like needed her in my life. And my eyes are also green, so this kind of like makes them pop even more. And we're gonna do that on the lower lash line as well. Just blending that darkest and that lightest color together. And then I'm gonna go back in with Slice of Lime and just make sure that everything is really smooth and pretty. I'm gonna use this ColourPop Jelly Much. So what I like to do is take it on a small little brush and we're gonna put that on the eyes. And a little goes such a long way. Like, I don't know how I'll ever use all of it before it like dries up. I don't know, it looks kind of messy like how I'm putting it on. But we're gonna blend with our greens again in a minute, so don't you worry. Now we're also gonna do that on the lower lash line. We're gonna stick that right in between where we put our two darkest colors. Then we're gonna go back in with the brush that had our darkest shade on it. And we're gonna use that to blend out the edges of the gold. And then I'm just gonna go back in with that lightest brush and just make sure again that everything is nice and smoky. Now this is probably a look that you wouldn't want to wear without lashes, but that's just me. I'm actually gonna go back in with this Morphe palette and take this really pretty gold. This is called Big Bang, and I'm gonna pack that on the inner corner. Now I know this look is a little bit more extra than some people would probably like, but I really just wanted to like dive back into some color. Now I'm gonna do my brows with the Dip Brow from ABH, and I like to start in the middle and then work it into the front and then pull it back. This thing has so much pigment that I like kind of have to wipe the bristles off like on the container first because so much comes out whenever you use it. And that's why I like to start in the middle of the brows too, like just in case she's playing games and too much came off, you can kind of like control it before it gets a little too crazy. And like boom, that took what, 5 seconds? Now I'm gonna pop on a little Lily Lash in Miami and I'll be right back. Now I also popped on a little NARS Climax mascara, but this is the final look. I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you came to learn how to do a halo eye or just to come get glam, then I just want to say thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to leave me a little like, comment, and subscribe to my channel before you go, and I will see you on the next one.